Hi guys, welcome to the North Sea coast on the beach just outside The Hague. We're here about an hour before sunset, and today's video is about how to get the most shots that will potentially earn you money on the stock agency from one subject. And I'll just show you a few different techniques while I'm here down at the beach, while I photograph these barges that are off the coast of The Hague here, about 2 kilometers away. And these barges are going to be used to put in pylons for a wind farm, for wind turbines. So it's a subject that is going to be in the news, or the local news, and it also will probably have international appeal for subjects for sustainability and green energy. So today's video is about using one camera and one lens and trying to squeeze out as many sellable images as possible from this one subject, which is the barges anchored off the coast of The Hague. So let's get started. I've seen a good composition, and that's a group of people in front of the barges. So I'm just going to do a couple of insurance shots with the group of people in front of the barges. And the reason I'll do a group of people, they're not identifiable because they're in silhouette, which is good because then I can publish the photos in the Netherlands. And secondly is it puts the barges into perspective with land. It's not just a single subject of a barge on the water. It brings it into land, saying these barges are close to the coast, people can see them, they're within view of people on the beach, and that makes the image more newsworthy and relevant to people. So I'm going to take some photos of that group of people with the barge in the background, and then I'm going to wait for the light to get a bit better. Well, I can see on the back of the camera that there is a bit of colour coming out now, so that's good. It's kind of a light yellow. And I've taken some landscape shots and also some vertical shots, so I can sell both different kinds of photos. We've taken some shots with some foreground interest, with some people and the beach in front of the structure. Now I'm going to get closer and just take some isolated shots of the barges on the horizon, hopefully with a bit of colour in the sky, and we can get more detail out of the barges and the cranes that are sticking up out of it. So I'm going to walk to the sea's edge and then get some close-up shots. So a mixture of focal lengths, 135mm to 70mm. I used the 135 to just isolate the barge just against the horizon, and then I went wider and I got the sun gleaming off the sandbanks with the waves in the background between the sandbanks and the barge. so you had 3 different subjects, and that just gives it perspective as well, places the barge on the coast. And yeah, I'm pretty happy with the light. It was gleaming off the flat sand, so far so good. Hopefully the colours will start to come out with the sunset. Well, the sun is dipping now and I'm getting some nice colours and contrast and some golden glow. And I've just looked up the beach at this beach cafe and I noticed a lot of beach umbrellas. So I think it might be a good idea just to go and photograph some of these beach umbrellas in the foreground with this huge barge off the coast behind it in the background. Just to give it also a different kind of point of interest. Well, we got a number of different shots there. I even snuck down the beach again and tried to put this, like, parts of this wedding ceremony in front of the subject just to give it a really bizarre kind of feel. There's a sign saying marry me, and there's like an archway, so I kind of tried to, well, I didn't kind of try, I tried to put the barge in the archway. Just it's probably too bizarre to use, but it's worth a try. And back up there near the beach cafe, I got some nice shots of the beach umbrella in the foreground. And I also came here during the early morning yesterday, and I took a number of shots of different foregrounds, like the beach umbrellas, parts of the beach cafe in the foreground, and like the roof of the beach cafe with the name of it on it, with the barge in the background. So you don't have to limit yourself to one time of the day. A lot of stock photos are sold of shots in broad daylight, so don't limit yourself if you think the light isn't good, because often it's the subject that interests people rather than the aesthetic quality of the image, as long as it's technically okay, such as sharpness, exposure, etc. So that's our little one subject, multiple photos. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, hit the like button, and I'll see you next week. Have a good one. Bye.
I sometimes dream about you all the time.